From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the News 8 Daily 8 Podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update.
Final Four stunner now on daybreak. An Indiana native's last-second shot that sealed the men's Final Four and caused a major upset.
7 years abandoned and counting now on daybreak. The meeting happening today on a building in the town of Speedway, and why neighbors say it's an eyesore.
News 8 Daybreak starts now.
Good morning, 6 a.m. here on this Monday, March 30th. We appreciate you being with us here.
And Tara Hastings is here too. She has her eye on the roads. Looks like we just got a wreck, so she can tell you what's going on and how to get around it.
Yeah, today and tomorrow are going to be fairly nice, which is good.
Much warmer.
Because then
Yeah, it's going to get busy here. Pretty active, pretty wet here. So if you got some outdoor stuff you need to get done, like mowing.
Yeah.
Like
golfing.
Yours truly will be doing.
Like golfing.
I wish I could get some.
I'm going to go.
You know what? I might be able, if I can get mowing done here today, I might have a chance to go golfing tomorrow. And then I'm not going to have any opportunities the rest of the week.
That's called having a good plan.
And see, notice that, because I know that my wife is up right now,
And
I
she's
said
watching.
mowing first.
Get the
and then
chores
we're
done.
going to get the chores
And
done.
hear me out on this.
Please.
It's going to rain.
Yeah.
So why not just wait and mow next week?
After, let it grow a little more. No, he's got neighbor pressure, remember?
You know, my wife always told me, she's like, Cody is just full of terrible ideas.
Oh, I love
She's
your
not
wife.
wrong. That's right.
No, she knows.
Live
wrong.
from our backyard toward downtown Indianapolis. It is mild right now, 60. We do have some clouds overhead. Southwest wind at around 13 miles per hour. Those winds are going to start dialing up quite a bit as we go throughout the day today, but because of the direction they're coming from, out of the south, it is going to be that conveyor belt of mild air. We're going to warm up very quickly. 55 in Lafayette, 58 in Muncie, 60 Columbus, 62 in Bloomington. A lot of 60s on the board. So already a fantastic start. We're already above our average high for today, by the way. Overhead, pretty quiet. Again, we're going to have some clouds that we'll have to play around with here, but we'll still get decent amount of sunshine squeezing through it. It'll be a nice day. As high pressure exits east, that will bring in that southerly flow throughout the area. 66 at noon, 74 later on today. That is actually warmer than yesterday. It is well above average. 58 is our average high for the end of March. Record is safe. 82 set back in 1986. Soak in today and tomorrow. Mid-70s on the way for today. I think everybody's easily into the 70s here. I think we're going to be a little bit warmer for tomorrow, where 80s could very much be in play. And I do think we're going to be dry until sometime tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening, or we may be dodging some storms. And that is the beginning of a very active pattern. Several rain opportunities, maybe some thunderstorms as well, potentially some really heavy rain. We'll talk about how long this soggy stretch will last in my Storm Track 8 forecast.
At Arizona State University, we're bringing world-class education from our globally acclaimed faculty to you. Earn your degree from the nation's most innovative university. Online. That's a degree better. Learn more at asuonline.asu.edu.
Breaking news right now. Police say a man is in critical condition after a shooting near the Indiana State Fairgrounds. It happened just after 4 this morning on Kingsley Drive. IMPD says officers found the man shot and a person of interest is now detained. Police also say they think this is an isolated incident. We will, of course, have more on this developing story as we get it here on Wish TV and on wishtv.com.
This is one that'll be played forever. The men's Final Four bracket set after a major upset due in part to an Indiana native. Greenfield Central grad Braylon Mullins shot a three-point stunner for UConn with under a second to go, beating Duke 73-72. Duke was the #1 overall seed and had control for most of the game against #2 seed UConn, but Mullins helped send the Huskies to his home state. UConn now heads to Indianapolis for the NCAA Men's Final Four. They'll take on #3 seed Illinois on the Saturday inside Lucas Oil Stadium. Tip-off set for 6:09 p.m. Then Michigan will take on Arizona at 8:49. Our Sports 8 team will have coverage of the Final Four every step of the way right here in Indianapolis.
Time now is 6:05. TSA workers could get paid as early as today. President Trump signed an emergency order on Friday directing money from his tax bill to go to the agents. They have been working for more than 40 days without pay because of the partial government shutdown, leaving many workers to call in or walk off the job. That's caused long airport lines across the country with people traveling for spring break and Easter and Passover. Here in Indianapolis, airport officials say the impact on staffing is below the national average. That's thanks in part to TSA workers getting local help. News 8's Kat Sandoval spoke to TSA workers and people traveling at the Indianapolis airport.
Things are going smoothly at the airport. The line is moving, and travelers tell me there's not much of a wait.
I've heard Indianapolis has been great. So this airport's awesome. And it seems like we've had no issues. I know a lot of people have flown the last couple months, just not me, but it seems like we've done a great job. We always do a great job.
Despite more than a month without pay, security lines at the Indianapolis airport have been flowing compared to other airports that take several hours. That's because local TSA workers tell me they've been getting help from generous businesses, food banks, and donations to keep themselves afloat.
And I personally took the time to thank each one of them. They're working for all these weeks with no pay, and that's unacceptable. Whereas the politicians that are, whether you're left or right, they're getting paid.
President Trump signed an order to pay TSA employees after Congress failed to reach an agreement on DHS funding. More than 350 local employees could see back pay as early as Monday.
It's going to help people, pay their rent, their mortgage, car insurance, gas in their tank, and it'll get people to work for the meantime. But unfortunately, the funding bill for DHS did not go through.
Congress is now on a 2-week recess. TSA union rep tells me while there is a promise of getting paid, it's a Band-Aid solution.
It's also a time of confusion right now because, first of all, why couldn't this have been done earlier? And then second of all, is this something that is actually legal? We don't know, and we have to give it some time.
Now that spring break is here, TSA employees, union reps, and travelers are ready to move on.
That's very frustrating. We told multiple people that we appreciated their time because they're coming to work, so hopefully they get a resolution soon.
The TSA union rep says they are holding their breath until there is a more permanent solution. Reporting in the Indianapolis International Airport, I'm Kat Sandoval, Wish TV, wishtv.com.
Happening today, a vote in Speedway could be the first step in redeveloping the stalled Wilshaw Hotel.
Right now, it's sitting unfinished across the street from Gate 1 at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. News 8's Hernan Gutierrez is following this story. Hernan, what is the council voting on tonight?
Yeah, so the council there is voting on a proposal that could let the town use eminent domain to get control of that property. The Wilshaw Hotel was supposed to be a 5-story, 127 room hotel, but financial troubles have stopped any progress. It's been virtually untouched since the summer of 2019. The resolution would start a process that includes a property appraisal in about 6 weeks. Town officials say they still want to negotiate with the property's owners and that eminent domain would be a last-ditch effort. They are setting a June deadline for a deal. Otherwise, they say they'll start taking legal steps to acquire that property. Over the weekend, people in the area told News 8 the partially constructed building is an eyesore.
But I'm really hoping that something can happen soon. We'd like to see something that the community could all gather towards and do something fun with the space and something more to look at on our walks.
Town officials did not specify exactly what they would like to do with the property. If eminent domain is used, the town would still be required to pay a fair market value. 2 years ago, a lawsuit was filed to force the property into foreclosure. Online court records show that case is still active. Tonight's Speedway Town Council meeting is set to start at 7. I'm Hernan Gutierrez, Wish TV and WishTV.com.
Hernan, thank you. And Pacers watched the Blue and Gold won against the Heat last night at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. Pascal Siakam scored 30 points. Final score was 135-118. Pacers are back in action on Wednesday in Chicago when they take on the Bulls.
Indiana Fever star Caitlin Clark is talking about the WNBA's new collective bargaining agreement for the first time. She made the comments last night during Basketball Night in America. The new agreement was made on Tuesday. It includes a salary cap that is nearly 5 times more than last season. Clark says that's the most important part of the deal.
I think sets a precedent for all of women's sports going forward, not just women's basketball, that we're truly valued and the product that we put on the floor is truly valued. So just excited and really thankful for everybody on the WNBA side and everybody on the PA side. This was never my goal to change women's sports. Like, I just showed up and I played and I loved every single second of it. And, you know, I feel a responsibility to show up and put a smile on everybody's face that buys a ticket and comes and watches us play. And
The average salary for players under the new agreement goes up from $120,000 to $600,000.
High school basketball now. Mount Vernon has their first state championship for boys basketball in the program's history. Team beat Crown Point 52-50 on Saturday in the 4A state championship game inside Gainbridge Fieldhouse. Senior guard and favorite to win Mr. Indiana basketball, Luke Ertl, finished with 26 points and 10 rebounds.
I mean, we're going to be remembered forever. Simple as that. It was awesome. I mean, I'm speechless. There's really nothing to say.
I'm amazed and amused by Luke Ertl every day. I can't explain. There's so many superlatives I've used in the past month to talk about Luke. He's a winner. That's the biggest thing. But he's in the moment. He's so competitive. And he is the epitome of what I've been talking about. He never has a bad day. I love that he finished it off. He's very deserving to finish it off this way, and he's got to be Mr. Basketball.
We'll see, but I'd say so. Ertl is set to play for Purdue for the Boilermakers next year.
This is the News 8 Daily 8 podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update on demand. For even more, on demand and on the go, connect with Wish TV on Facebook at wishtv.com and on the free Wish TV mobile app. Thank you for listening, and be sure to like, subscribe, and follow this podcast for updates every weekday morning on the All Indiana Podcast Network and wherever you get your podcast.